More than 180,000 people on low incomes were fined for not filing a tax return last year, even though they received so little that they had no tax to pay in the first place. Revenue and Customs handed out fines to 184,000 people paid less than £12,500 a year, the threshold under which people were then not subject to income tax in the 2020-2021 financial year, for failing to complete a self-assessment tax form on time. Many of these people, already in severe financial difficulties, misunderstood the initial fine and were then subjected to further fines and interest. Some people were left facing fines of thousands of pounds, which would take them many years to pay. Most of the 32 million taxpayers in the UK are not required to submit a tax return, because most people's only income, beyond modest savings, is from their employer, and the tax is taken at source. However, about 11 million people are required to submit a self-assessment income tax return if they have other sources of income or have done in the past. Data released by HMRC after a Freedom of Information request shows that 92,000 people among the lowest paid 10% of the population were fined by HMRC for late filing of their tax return in 2020-2021. But by comparison, just 39,000 of the highest paid 10% received fines in the same year. A total of more than 660,000 fines have been handed out to people on no incomes between 2018 and 2022. HMRC has said that the 660,000 fines do not necessarily mean 660,000 people were fined, as some people were likely to have been fined in more than one tax year. About 180,000 people successfully appealed against the fines. This was reduced to 126,000 after appeal. If HMRC has required a taxpayer to submit a tax return and they miss the deadline, which is the 31st of January, a £100 automatic late filing penalty is applied. 3 months past the deadline, the penalty can start increasing by £10 each day. After 6 months, a flat £300 additional penalty can be applied, and after 12 months, another £300. By that point, total penalties can be £1,600. It's worth noting that until 2011, a late filing penalty would be cancelled if once a tax return was filed, there was no tax to pay. In response, an HMRC spokesperson has said that the government has recognised that taxpayers who occasionally miss the filing deadline should not face financial penalties, and has already announced reform of the system. If you want to make sure you can reduce your chances of getting any nasty fines from HMRC, check out one of these 2 videos. The first is about applying for your unique taxpayer reference. You'll need that UTR number before you can file a self-assessment return. After that, you can watch this other video where I walk you through, step by step, me filing my very own self-assessment return.